Just to start today, and just thinking about reframing. I'm a fish geek, passionate about the ocean and the freshwaters of the world. I absolutely adore the ocean, think about it most of the time. I love to dive, swim, paddleboard, kite surf. I love completely geeking out over fish and corals, and getting my fish fix, whether it's in the aquarium or in the wild. And I love spending time with my kids and my family on the beach, rock pooling, and just enjoying our amazing ocean environment. But I'm aware that most people probably aren't like that and aren't thinking about the ocean all of the time, or in fact, very much at all, particularly when we're in an urban setting in the middle of London. And that is something that's happening over time as people become more and more disconnected from nature. What I've also seen is just in my lifetime is that I now have to do beach cleans with my kids, which I never did as a child because of the plastic waste on our beach. I live in Cornwall and I see my traditional fishing community changing dramatically over time as our fish stocks change and become more challenging for many hundreds of years of culture for that community. And in my international work, particularly in the Philippines, I now see people struggling for survival, spending 8 hours to catch a single fish, or even having to eat soft corals boiled as soup because that's the only food available on that particular day. The big thing is that the ocean is in trouble, really, really, really deep trouble. And obviously I'm a scientist, so in terms of framing traditionally as a scientist, we framed it in terms of presenting statistics, graphs, data, vast amounts of data that all say the same thing. The ocean is in really, really big trouble. And it's a really important resource. So WWF valued it at $24 trillion, an enormously important resource. And yet instead, I'd like you all to close your eyes for a minute and breathe in deeply and breathe out deeply. Breathe in and out. That second breath is thanks to the ocean. That second breath is because the plankton, the plants, the life in the ocean is delivering as much oxygen for us to breathe as the trees, the grass, and the other green spaces that we think about is so important. So one of the things we've been doing with the Kaluska-Gulbenkian Foundation is thinking about how we can think about these wider range of values, the ones I've talked about, from cultural to recreational, to intrinsic value of the ocean as a way of building a more ocean-friendly society, and also to do that through collaboration. Sitting in this room of many of the amazing collaborators in the Marine Collaboration, a group of organisations working together instead of in competition, thinking about how we can mobilise our respective skills and talents to do more for the ocean. And I'm hoping that from today, just some of the conversations that we've started to have can be built on to think about how we do that. How do we build a more ocean and environmentally friendly society and get people as geeky as me about this incredible planet? Thank you.